أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Al-Asr is time, the time of Asr prayer, or just simply the time. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about something, or in particular swears by something, it is to attract our attention to its importance. We know that time is the most important thing in our life. We're made out of time, and we are to be accounted for time. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, لا تزول قدم عبد حتى يسأل عن عمره فيما أفناه. You will not take a step forward the day of judgment before you'll be asked about your life. How did you spend it? And that's time. You live 60 years. Years is time. Keep going all the way down to seconds. Seconds are part of you. From the time that I have started talking to you until now, you lost 2 minutes of your life. You're 2 minutes closer to death. This is how you should look at time. And when you are closer to that, that means you are closer to be questioned about those 2 minutes. So if you are sitting here listening to me, then you have utilized 2 minutes for the sake of seeking knowledge, which is the best thing that you can do after the obligations. One of the righteous predecessors said, I used to read a hizb. Hizb is half juz' of the Quran, which is 10 pages. This is the habit of righteous people. They always read at least that every day. So he said, I used to read my hizb, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases the blessings of my time. And I started to increase my hizb so I can increase the barakah in my time until my hizb now is 10 juz'. Yani the hizb is 20 hizb. 20 times 10 ya mahna is how much? 200 pages a day. And that makes you think. Subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who gave you the time and created you from time. So if you give your time for His sake, definitely it's not going to be a waste of time. You know how you do sometimes things and you say, what a waste of time? Anytime you do good things, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will compensate it for you and better than. This is like I give $1, I lost $1. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you don't lose with Him. If you're sincere, you don't get $1 back, you get minimum 10. Same thing with time. You put half an hour in Quran, you don't expect half an hour back, you expect at least 10 times that. And look how simple Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do it. You may have a homework that may take you usually 2-3 hours. You can do it in half an hour or 1 hour. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala facilitate the understanding, facilitate someone to help you. Something will happen where the time that you were going to put in that, it's not the same, it is a lot less. Only people who are doing things for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can see the difference. That's why if you see someone donating, what do you see them doing? All the time donating. They don't get tired. Who gets tired? People who don't donate. They even complain and they're not doing any donation. You know why? Because there's something called guilt. If I feel guilty about something, I want to defend myself so I feel a little bit better. Just like someone taking their children to public schools and deep inside they know they're doing the wrong thing, but money is too important. Cannot pay that much or don't want to pay that much or rather spend it somewhere else. So what do? They will start praising this school, how successful it is and what kind of opportunities they get. And now my son or my daughter got this kind of grant and this kind of scholarship. And now they chose them to be such and such. And when something negative happens in students from public school and from Islamic schools, they kind of rejoice. You see, and she goes to public school. To Islamic school. You see, and he goes to Islamic school. You see, and this happens in an Islamic school. And I said, okay, I see that. Imagine this horrible things happen in a wonderful school. I wonder what's happening in a terrible school. But guess what? The problems are so many. You cannot pick one and elaborate on that, because if you want to talk about the negative things, you will spend all of your time talking about it. So nobody talks about it because it's all well known. So time is so important. And people who believe in time and believe in doing good always expect good from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have examinations now and you will be soon. Make sure you dedicate lots of time for Quran in particular. Every one of you at least knows the parts that they have recited. The finals are coming. Don't do it because it's an obligation for the test. Do it because you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward you and bless your time. Don't think that when you do a lot reading, you're going to lose time. It doesn't work this way. Anytime you do good, look at riba. What is riba? You put your money in the bank and they guarantee you 5%. You come the end of the year, the 100 becomes 105. But you take 5 from the 100 to give for charity, now your account is what? 95. It appears it's decreasing. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala compensates, He compensates in different avenue. The other day, I got a check for $224 from the insurance company that I was dealing with 4 or 5 years ago. They don't owe me that. Just changed to a different insurance company. Somebody had a lawsuit against them and they won that and they compensated the old members. I don't know what it is. I didn't even care about it. I just got a check. I said, really? $224. I reflected on what did I do good. Some lady came to the masjid after the khutbah with a child, me and few other brothers there. And she said, I lost my job, need some help, and they're not opening the door, something about the masjid. I was going to tell her where to go, but she said, could you all please help me with something? Just took whatever I have and gave it to her. Immediately, I went home and I got that check. It doesn't happen to everyone right away. But when you reflect about it, it took me a long time thinking, what did I do special to get that money, to deserve that money? This is the meaning of وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبْ. So always Do things for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you go to the exam, start with clear mind, connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, read al-Fatiha, make dua, and in your spare time, if you finish the exam, or I know you have examination, you finish, a lot of you smart, finish early, hold the mushaf, not the James Sherlock Holmes or whatever that guy that you guys always read. Do something positive in your life so you can get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have plenty of time, you read other things. Quran is deserted by many of the people, so take advantage of that. أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لله والحمد لله لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. ربي أسألك خير ما في هذا اليوم وخير ما بعده. ربي أعوذ بك من شر هذا اليوم وشر ما بعده. ربي أعوذ بك من الكسل وسوء الكبر. ربي أعوذ بك من عذاب في النار وعذاب في القبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. جزاكم الله خيرا.